Hello, welcome to Win with Aretha. I am Aretha, and I wanted to just take a moment to do a Q&A and answer a question that came across. And I definitely wanted to also just take some time to open the doors and open the opportunity for those to be able to ask some questions, whether it's real estate related, music related, or you just have some burning questions for me in general. Feel free to leave some comments, or you can also email me to be able to ask the questions as well. So first, I'd like to thank you for joining me, and I appreciate you on jumping on this video. And without further ado, if you are being here for the first time, definitely click that notification bell and subscribe so that way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to hit that like button if you like the things that you hear. So without further ado, I'm going to definitely get to the question, which is what preparation is involved for selling your home. Now, there's a lot of people out there that want to definitely put their property on the market, but they've been slow to do so because they're not necessarily sure on what the process looks like to be able to either A, get their property prepared, or what to do to get started. So I definitely wanted to give the top 4 things that is definitely the best steps to make to prepare your home for selling, okay? So definitely number 1, before selling your home, the first thing you definitely want to do is do some cosmetic touch-ups. Now, you definitely, when I say cosmetic touch-ups, whether it's exterior or interior of the home, you definitely want to do some painting. Sometimes the painting can get a little rusty, and you can definitely just update it a little bit, make it a little more modern, easy appealing to the buyer's eyes. Because what I always like to put it as, you want to definitely walk through the home and look at the home through the buyer's eyes, because they're the ones that's going to be looking at the property and really determining if they're wanting to put an offer on that property as well as live in the property, or if they're going to rent it out as an investment property. So you definitely want to paint it up, definitely make it look a little more modern. Maybe some hardwood floors would help as well if you have any carpet. A lot of buyers definitely like hardwood floors. That's very popular. And then definitely a little bit of updates, or you can remove the old finishings in the kitchen. So that's definitely another plus you can definitely do when it comes to cosmetics on when you really wanted to put the property on the market. Now, number 2 thing that I always say is a great idea is definitely staging your home to increase the curb appeal to boost the value. Now, when I say curb appeal, that is the exterior of the home, and you definitely want to do things like mow the lawn, or even if you have some like garden gnomes or things like that, you may want to consider either removing them, or you want to definitely make sure that it looks nice and neat and leave enough to the imagination for the buyer to be able to make it their own. Because sometimes when you're driving by a property and you see a lot of stuff on the lawn, people get a little judgmental. So you definitely want to keep the lawn clean, and you definitely want to keep the grass low, or if you don't have any grass, you definitely want to clean up the yard as much as possible. Now, in New York City, it does get kind of dirty, so you definitely want to pick up any trash or anything lingering around that you can think of, or even if there's extra things outside that you think may be a little controversial, like flags, things like that, you may want to remove those things, because again, you don't want to make any post judgment or have the buyer create any post judgment about the property or the seller. Now, number 3 is definitely a big thing that a lot of buyers definitely want to consider, which is definitely fixing the leaks, electronical issues, structure issues, or anything that is damaged or broken, you definitely want to make sure that you take care of those things ahead of time. Now, if you can't afford it and you can't necessarily do that, those are things that you definitely want to consider leaving available to the buyer as a concession. Now, if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, definitely go check it out, because I definitely explain a little more about what concession is. But definitely, just to give you a brief, right now, a concession is like giving an extra credit or extra money that you can have set aside for that buyer when they want to buy the home, to be able to make it available to them to do it on their own, whether they have a contractor or someone that maybe, like, the buyer might be a contractor themselves and they just want to use some of the money to be able to buy materials. You definitely want to leave that room, whether you're fixing it yourself or you want to allow the buyer to fix it on their own. You want to make sure that they have the opportunity to fix those leaks, any type of piping issues or plumbing issues, electrical issues, and definitely structure issues or anything that might be broken or damaged. Definitely allow them to be able to fix those problems or fix it ahead of time, because it's definitely going to be a determining factor, not only on if they want to buy the home, but also the final sell price as well. Now, number 4 is definitely the biggest thing. Again, if you are enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit that like button and definitely subscribe, so that way I can give you some more great tips, as well as answer any further questions that you might have, and I can be able to answer them here. So number 4 is definitely, before listing your home, you definitely want to prepare for listing photos or walkthroughs. Even floor plans are even great, because a lot of people, what they're doing before they even come see your home, they're scouring the internet and looking at the photos of the property, checking to see if there's any walkthrough videos, which are very popular. People love walkthrough videos. If you check out my YouTube channel, you'll definitely notice. Or even if you go on the internet in general, whether it's any social media platform for that matter, you will notice that those little tours of walking through apartments or walking through houses, people love to be able to see the property beforehand. So definitely good photos, okay? Good quality photos, walkthroughs, as well as floor plans are also a great addition to adding to make sure that you get some good eyes on your property, and it definitely appeals to the buyer and makes them want to say, hey, I want to do an open house, or hey, I want to do a showing and see the property in person, and possibly getting an offer on the table. So those are the top 4 things that I always tell my clients that are thinking about selling their home. And even as a realtor myself, what I'll typically do, I sometimes will cover that cost, because it will come out in the closing cost, or sometimes the seller will do it on their own and pay for those things. And it's definitely always a great addition to have, and creates appeal, creates traffic to the property to definitely get your home sold faster. Now, if you did like those tips, I do appreciate you staying to the very end. And if you are looking to sell your home, definitely don't hesitate to reach out, whether you are in New York, or if you're across the country in Georgia or Missouri, California, wherever you are in the world internationally. I am able to help you, whether it's myself or one of my colleagues I can connect you with, to be able to help get you to where you want to be. Because I do understand a lot of people want to either downsize or upgrade. Then there's definitely a lot of first-time home buyers that definitely want to get some equity in the game. So definitely don't hesitate to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you. Definitely feel free to leave some comments so I can answer any other questions or get any feedback or some other information that you would like me to share. Thank you for checking out my video to the very single end. And as always, you have a lovely day on purpose.